Peace and blessings. I'm gonna go with this another way because Facebook act like it's trying to censor my person, and y'all know fee is really hard to censor. How about this? Bullies of all kind. Facebook bullies, internet bullies, social media bullies, school bullies, work bullies, all them bullies are full of bully. Now, why do people bully? It's all about power and control. It is all about power and control. And what you have to remember is these people feel no power and have no control. Most of the time, it starts with you either having a difference of opinion from them or just flat out not agreeing with them at all. One thing begins it, and it is so mighty white of them because it is the way to control a person easily. The first thing they do is call you a name or discredit you with their studies. Something along the lines of, well, what one did to me, well, Fundifi, you must be unlearned. How you make that freaking assumption? Or, oh, that's just stupid. Whoa. Or, well, I know. What do you know? Is that really air you're breathing? It's that kind of thing. And then they will bludgeon you with their own. The word I would use is ignorance. Ignorance will beat you into submission, but it's not just ignorance because it's scholarly abuse, which is what it is. We have to remember that there are a whole lot of philosophies in this world. There are a whole lot of differences of opinion. Your history isn't necessarily somebody else's understanding of history. And when we get into the details of this stuff, I mean, I'm not trying to be funny and y'all gonna have to forgive me, but when you go beyond Egyptian history, I don't care what you say, you guessing. Because you don't know. And I'll be the first one to say when you start bringing aliens into it, even I have to back up for a minute and go, okay. Because I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to that school of thinking. Now, I'm not saying that school of thinking is wrong. What I'm saying is Fee does not subscribe to that school of thought. So I'm not going to agree with you following that line of thinking. Because again, you don't know. You guessing. You guessing like everybody else is guessing. Because a certain point in history, we just don't know. Because we're still guessing at what the hieroglyphs say. So think about that. So if you're still guessing at the hieroglyphs, I need to know how you came up with this Inaki thing. But since nobody can give me a good answer on that, again, I just don't subscribe to that line of thinking. There are a lot of lines of thinking that I don't go with. That's just one I can pull off the top of my head. Do I agree with all satanic stuff? No. But that doesn't put them in the school of completely wrong either. Because there's some philosophies that they have that I'm like, I can get with that. I can get with that faster than I can these Christians. Now you go work that out on my thinking. But here's the thing. Again, in order for a bully to take your power, you have to give it to him. You got to give it to him. Any bully. You know, it's kind of like playing Othello. For those of you who have played Othello, it's about giving ground, having ground, rolling ground, getting something between 2 points and turning that whole thing into you. And if you don't stop a bully, see, here's where things get hairy. If you don't stop a bully and confront a bully, then they do take your power. They take it by acquiescence. And as you all know, me and acquiescence do not get along. Acquiescence is agreement by non-response. If somebody says something and it's wrong, and you don't tell them they're wrong, even in a court of law, you agree by acquiescence. And the devil loves acquiescence. That's all he wants. He just wants you to be quiet, because your silence is an agreement to the statement. It's kind of like hearing a racist joke at work and not putting a stop to it, and you laugh with it. Now, you might be laughing out of nervousness, not knowing what to say or what to do. But your laughter means you agree, because you have yet to disagree. If I'm not mistaken, this is also a principle in Islam. If it's wrong, you're supposed to say it's wrong, because if you don't say it's wrong, you're going along with it. And that's not how we're supposed to live. Then comes the badgery. You know, first they discredit you, they call you names, then they begin to badger you. Here is where they begin to beat you with their ignorance, basically. Ooh, I got to get these eyebrows now. They begin to beat you with their ignorance. And trust me, ignorance can fuck you up. Ignorance will leave you knockout. Ignorance leave you on the floor bleeding. It really do. But how do you deal with it? Calm, cool, collected. Here's one thing to remember. Stick to the subject matter. Small minds talk about other people. Big minds talk about subjects. I don't have to talk about you to discredit your statement. I don't have to call you stupid. I don't have to call you unlearned. I don't have to talk about your family, your husband, your nothing. I just hit you with what came out your mouth. If what came out your mouth is wrong, don't argue. Please don't argue. And please do not raise your voice. Step up your game. And we also have to remember that there's a lot of learning in this world, and everybody doesn't come through the same schools. So yes, you might be more learned on this subject than I am, but I might have a better grasp on an aspect of this because of my learning that you don't have. Now, here is what to know about real learners, real teachers, real students. They are open-minded to the subject. Completely open-minded to the subject unless there is a concrete knowing that they have where they can guide you through an understanding into a wisdom. You can't do that if you have discredited somebody and made them to feel inferior to you. You are not a teacher. That's not teaching. That is in no way, shape, and or form any type of information transfer between one person or another. Because you can't call me stupid. You can't call me unlearned. And after that, begin to think that I'm going to accept what you have to say to me. I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to digest it. It's not going in. And in most cases, that's when you see somebody do what I call unconscious body language. They will cross themselves. They'll cross their arms. They'll cross it across their stomachs, or they'll cross it across their hearts. They'll cross their legs. That means psychologically and subconsciously, they're not listening to you anymore. That's called a shutdown. You can't go any further with that person. It is a done deal until either you apologize, and most bullies will not apologize. They're not going to. It's not in their makeup. They'd rather hurt themselves than apologize. Or they keep bombarding you with the information until you walk away. Because then just crossing isn't enough. You literally have to walk away from this person because the BS is about to get thick and high. I love y'all. I'm on Facebook watching all the time. Eye to the street. Always listening, always there, even when I don't like and or comment. Love y'all. Keep them bullies at bay. Keep that bully shit at a minimum. And keep your mind, because it's yours. Your opinion matters. Your learned, past tense, matters. And you have a right to it. I'll be the first one to tell you, you have a right to your smart and your ignorant. It's yours. Use it. But be kind. That sounds like a contradiction, but it's true. I love y'all. This is Fundi Fee. Y'all know me. I always got my ear to the street. My ear to the street. My ear to the street. Peace. Blessings. Freedom.